In this video, we'll be opening up the material with a Jupyter Notebook. So this course does not cover Python installation or an introduction to Jupyter Notebooks. You have to already have Python installed on your machine and the Jupyter Notebook system as well. So if you don't have either one of those, I strongly recommend you downloading and installing Anaconda. This is a distribution that contains both Python plus Jupyter Notebooks. So you can go over here and follow the instructions here. Once you have installed this correctly, then what I want you to do is flip back over to your desktop. And if you're on a Mac or Linux machine, you need to open up your terminal program. So one way to find the terminal program on a Mac is through the Spotlight. So you can click this magnifying glass over here, or you can click Command Spacebar and just start typing in terminal, and it will pop up. And it'll open up something that looks like this. If you're on a Windows machine, you need to open up something called the Anaconda prompt. So that's, you can tap the start button and then just start typing in Anaconda prompt. Choose the one that is associated with the command prompt. And you should get something that also looks similar. It'll be a black, program with a blinking cursor like this. And it should have the word base in parentheses like this. This just refers to the fact that we are in the base Anaconda environment, and that contains Jupyter Notebooks by default. All right, so once you have everything installed, what we're going to do, in order to open the material, we're just going to type in Jupyter space notebook like this. So Jupyter space notebook, that's Jupyter with a Y, and then just press enter. And this will open up the Jupyter Notebook system. This is not a Jupyter Notebook yet. If you don't know anything about Jupyter Notebooks, I strongly recommend you taking a little mini course on that. That is just the interface for doing all of our pandas manipulation. It just gives us an area where we can write code in pandas. It's actually where all the material will be located. So this is where you need to navigate to the place where the material is that you downloaded. So this is just another view of the file system. So if you're unfamiliar with Jupyter Notebooks, it'll show you your home directory. This is why I wanted you to place the Dunder Data Courses folder in the home directory. So here it is over here. If you did not place it in your home directory, like you placed it in Documents or you placed it on your desktop, you can click over there. But you need to go to Dunder Data Courses like this, and then find the Master Data Analysis with Python Intro to Pandas folder like this. This is where all of the course contents reside. And then specifically inside of Jupyter Notebooks, we'll click that. So there's two sections of this particular course, and we're going to look through all the contents over here. So we're going to begin with Intro to Pandas and then move on to selecting subsets of data. So here is Intro to Pandas. Let's click here. And then finally, we have the Jupyter Notebooks where we're going to actually execute our code. So let's go ahead and click on what is Pandas. This is the very first notebook that we will be going through. So what you're seeing here is a Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebooks can contain text like this and also code. So if you go down here, you'll see the code cells. Over here, this is the Python code. They always have the word in next to them. So if you're unfamiliar with a Jupyter Notebook, the one thing you have to know is how to execute a code cell. And the way you do that is by pressing Shift Enter like this. So you press Shift Enter, that'll execute the cell. And just knowing that one thing should get you through the notebooks. There's a lot more features to the notebook besides executing code cells, but that is the one thing that you absolutely must know how to do to get through this course. All right, so you can exit out of the notebook. This will bring you back to the file system view over here. So you can actually navigate through your file system by going up like a level. So we can go back up to Jupyter Notebooks. So we can see that the next part of the course is called Selecting Subsets of Data. You have the data over here. We can go back one level to the entire course, and then we can go back over here to Dunder Data Courses as well. You will only have this one right here. You won't have anything else. You'll just have this one if this is your first course from me, Master Data Analysis with Python Intro to Pandas. All right, so that's how we're going to access the material. again, let's go ahead and just do it quickly from the beginning. If you're unfamiliar with the Jupyter Notebook, you can press Command-C twice or Control-C twice to shut it down. And then, so again, from the beginning, if you're on a Mac, open up the terminal. If you're on a Windows machine, open up Anaconda prompt with the command prompt, not the PowerShell. And then you'll type in Jupyter Space Notebook, press Enter. This will open up a new tab in your browser of your file system view. Click on Dunder Data Courses, then Master Data Analysis with Python, Intro to Pandas, then go into the Jupyter Notebooks folder, and finally into the first part of the course, Intro to Pandas. This will show you all of the notebooks. They'll end in IPYNB. You click on one of the notebook, that will open it up in a new tab over here. And this is the notebook where we will be going through all of the material, just like that. Okay, great. So that's how you access the material with a Jupyter Notebook.